Howdy guys and welcome back. Ruckus here with the third video dump episode today. Burning through a backlog of old gameplay shot on the iPhone 6s. I am likely back from Indonesia by now, assuming I hadn't died in some kind of freak drinking or scooter driving or combination of both accident. So fingers crossed I'm back in the country and all is going well. Today I've got a bit of a Mines Double gameplay episode coming up, shot from the perspective of one machine, what to do when you can win the hill and what to do when it looks like you can't win the hill. But obviously this is not a Mines game here, this is a solo Lux battle on Canal. The mighty Lux getting another run in this old replay episode. The beauty, of course, of low-tier battles in World of Tanks is that as one player in a match, you can have a bigger impact on the outcome of that match than if you were in a high-tier battle. It's not just down to the fact that low-tier players are generally more inexperienced. It's being the entrance to the game, you'd expect that. I think it's got a lot to do with the difference between the ratio between DPM output and hit point pool of your average high-tier and low-tier machine. In a low-tier battle, you can quite easily take down one or two full health opponents in quick succession, so even a good player at a disadvantage can still pull it back quite easily, whereas in a similar situation, in a high-tier battle, it takes a lot more time, your enemies have more time to regroup, and that kind of removes the skill disparity you might have with those opponents, makes for a more even playing field. So derping around the low tiers is definitely good for the soul, or at least good for your stress levels anyway. Win rate, it's not important really as just a number, but if you are an over-competitive douchebag like myself, win rate is an expression of overall happiness more than anything. And a high win rate after a session generally means lower stress levels for me. I'm the worst, I really am. So holding on to a few low tiers for the lols can be good. Even better if they're OP low tiers, like the Lux certainly was when it was first introduced. As we wrap up the open hilly side of the map quite easily there. Lucky bounce from a Hetzer at one point. Pump a few rounds into the back of that KV-1. And then, hello PZ 3/4. Surprise motherf***. A few rounds into his turret. He swings around. Oh, a bit of a lag there, it looked like. Bounce a shot off the front. He tries to do the same thing, but that's giving me time to reload. More rounds into him. And here is the moment coming up right now as I swing around. I'm still on standard AP rounds here, waiting for the reload. Avoid the Lee. KV-1 there on 25 hit points. Spray him from a good 100 meters away, through the front, from a light tank with an autocannon. And I penetrate the front of a tier 5 heavy tank. Not even aiming. Lee left, an attempted ram there, not the smartest move, didn't get the kill, but the clip reloads before the T-28 can advance, and I get my 6th. Not a bad little game. Coming out of that one with a whole haul of medals, first class, Top Gun, Scout, Sniper, and All-X medal, 6 kills, 1600 damage done in a tier 5 battle. 102 shots fired, spraying those rounds around, damaging all 7 enemies there, 32,000 credits and 3k XP. Okay, we're going to move on now to the first of the 2 Mines battles that will see out the rest of this episode. In the start of the show, the M46 Patton, tier 9 American medium tank, one of my favourite machines in the game. It has great gun depression, excellent DPM, but poor armor and only average mobility. Mobility being very key to the first rush on mines, of course. And check out this lineup. 3 tier 9 mediums on both team, 1 tier 8 medium, and the Reds with a tier 7 medium too. Plus the tank destroyer, Jagdtiger there, more than capable of getting into a firing position before the meds reach the hill. Also key, also things to think about. So, weighing up this lineup, who do you think has the advantage? Well, I don't even know. I know it's pretty even, but I also know if the enemy Reds know what they're doing and their T-54 3-way there pushes hard, they've probably got the advantage. Still, worth a crack. We have enough members, and with any luck, You know, you can't expect the entire Reds team to know what they're doing and all push in a concerted effort. So knowing this, knowing it's an even fight, let's do this. Speed very key on the first mines rush, of course. And what I'd like to do if I'm in a really fast tank is, as you approach the hill from this side, swing wide out to the right, and that'll allow you to spot whatever's coming before you get to a firing position or a position where they can hit you. Only works if you're in a very fast tank. You want to get there miles before anyone else, and the Patton is not the machine for that. You can see Furion is beating me up the hill, which is a blessing and a curse. He draws the fire of all the Reds. 2 hits there from the T-54, setting him on fire, and although we took out that T-20 no problem, his carcass blocked Furion from getting into a safe position further up the hill. But the T-54s on the Red side have stalled. They didn't commit. We did have a lot of backup there. The third medium with us helped scare these 2 guys off, and they didn't have their third T-54 with them, so they've stalled, and now we are in a comfortable position here. Patton firing from a hold down position, well, not really hold down, but in a better position than they are, firing up at me. And our heavy tanks have formed up, and they're really putting some hurt on these guys. T-54, what are you doing? Like, I'll save you. Not too sure where their other med's gone. Now, you know, once you're in this position, it's just a matter of staying safe, trading effectively. It's harder for them to do damage on me, even though my armor isn't good, because they've only got the turret to fire at, if I'm timing my firing runs correctly. And they don't just have us on the hill to worry about, they've got the heavy tanks that have formed up around the cap as well. Completely safe here from the Jagdtiger, who's up the back somewhere. There he is. No, it's a Tiger 2. Not too sure where the Jagdtiger's gone. He's probably hidden up in the bushes. This is a much better machine for fighting in this position than the T-54s. Or at least much better for getting the shots away. The T-54s can take better hits on the turret than this thing, but I'd still rather be in a Patton. Someone's coming behind us. There's the last T-54. Not too sure what happened to him. I think he took a heap of damage trying to rush the hill at the start. Back of the engine deck for him. Jagdtiger, somehow, for some reason, sitting in the low ground. That definitely hasn't helped their cause. Should definitely have been where the Tiger 2 is. He's been flanked, and he's tracked. Sayonara. Yep, third kill. Tiger 2 remaining. Even had that Tiger 2 have pushed forward in the position where the T-54s were, the Reds T-54s, he would have been easy damage, easy meat for our entire team. So he was in the wrong position at the back here, but you can't really blame him. On to go. Can't get the top gun. IS with the kill. Well played, team. First class, Confederate and Sniper. 5.6, almost 5.7k damage. I told you the DPM was good in this thing. It definitely didn't feel like an almost 6k damage game. 60,000 credits and just over 2k XP. Mines once again for the third and final battle, back on the Patton, and check out the lineup on this one. Do you think this one's in my favour? I am the sole medium on my team versus 4 on the Reds, including a tier 10 FV4202, 2 T-54s and a T-44. No, I am not rushing the hill, as I announced to my team. I am going to work the island and look for other opportunities, and I hope that they can adjust their plans accordingly. On the island, obviously you've got flanking shots into the cap, and you can hit targets exposed on the hill, so I'll be okay. I can also spot targets approaching this side if any are coming, but it's what my team does that's going to matter the most here. Obviously, if your team all sits on the approach to the hill and take shots from behind as the Reds push up onto the hill towards our spawn, you know, get shots in behind like they do, that's not going to go well. But you can see what my team's doing. I'm not too sure whether it's luck or they know what they're doing. But they've held back. Our tank destroyers are looking for sniping shots from the rear in the back corner. Shot there ploughing into the rocks in front of me. That was fortunate. Isu taking a hit. And our heavies have spread. I mean, they're not spreading very effectively. Our T-32. That tank all the way wide is a T-32. He's not going to be much help. No shot there with AP. So swap to APCR. Take a HE round from the T-54 on the hill. Come on, mate. Your AP would have got through my turret from there. We've got E100 who's sitting back with Josh 8, my platoon mate for this game. And Josh is concerned. He announced, what the hell am I supposed to do at the start of this one? But they've held back at the corner. And that's going to allow them to hold off the Reds as they try and get shots from up on the hill. And possibly reset or get shots on the guys on cap. So the position we're in now isn't bad. I mean, the Reds are capping at 50%. Our T-32 has blundered all the way into the red spawn, which isn't going to help us at all, but it is going to draw off a lot of their guys and distract them, hopefully split their forces. You can see E100 is caught between a rock and a hard place here. I can get shots at him. Josh 8 has come far enough up, not being threatened from the hill, to finish the job there. So the game is going a lot better than I first expected. When you're in a situation where you know doing the regular thing is going to get you killed for no advantage to your team, you've just got to adjust your plans. Mines is a map for this all the time. If you don't think you are going to win the hill, or you don't think that you winning the hill and dying is going to give your team an advantage, don't do it. Look for a better opportunity and just hope to God that your team doesn't fuck it up. Because sometimes that's all you can do. And commendably, our team in this one is doing very well. That holding back in sniper positions for the TDs, the heavies not pushing forward, which they probably would have done had I rushed the hill. They would have just assumed that the hill is where we were going to fight. But instead of not going there, announcing I was going to go somewhere else, has stalled the usual tactics you would see by the heavies and the TDs on this game, and it's working out in our favour. The Reds didn't really take advantage of the hill, to be fair. They didn't get any sniping shots on the Death Star that's hiding out the back, and they lost guys trying to cap. So now we are in the position of strength here as I look to flank around wide, getting a few shots away at the FV4202 on the hill. Yep, good hit. Josh gets the ISU. The Reds are down to just 2. There's a T-54 hidden away somewhere. There he is, up on the hill as well. Not too sure where they were. You didn't really see them poking out and taking much fire on our guys from their position, their height advantage. So it's also down to the Reds making a mess of things when they should have won it. Bang! T-54 meets Death Star there. And with just the FV4202 left, we have got this one in the bag. Death Star's rolling in. Josh is on cap, covering all bases here. He's still sitting up here, waiting to take it. 904 damage from the Death Star, which means I can roll over the top and miss my shot. Damn it. Right, there we go. For the win. So, less about brute force and DPM and more about tactics and a bit of luck in that game. Coming away with the second class, Confederate and Sniper Medal, 4k damage, 2.5 for Josh, who came out on top on XP in a tier 9 battle where we were definitely at the disadvantage at the start. And that's a wrap for the day, guys. Thank you once again for watching. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.